Hey, what is going on, Virgos? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 month read. It is from now to the end of February. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. Just getting over a cold, so I do sound a little stuffy. Sorry. But I feel much better. And I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Virgos for February 2024? What message do we have for Virgos, Universe? All right, Virgos. So the first thing I see, Virgos, I feel like things, other than a new energy coming in, because I do feel like there is someone new coming in, but we'll get to that in a second. First and foremost, what I do feel is I feel like I see new opportunities. And I feel like you're going to get some recognition for the work that you've done. And I feel like this is more of a stability thing, more of a career thing. I feel like you're finally getting some much overdue recognition. And I feel like, that brings in so many new opportunities for you. We have the Seven of Cups as well. We have the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you've put in the work. You never really got the recognition you deserved, but I do see that coming to you. I do feel like there is going to be a big break for you coming very quickly. And I feel like I said, there is that recognition coming. I feel like you are going to get exactly what you've been deserving. I feel like you've been putting in the work, and I feel like this is a little bit long overdue, but it's still coming in. Sometimes things don't come when we deserve them. Sometimes it comes in time. And I feel like you've been waiting for this opportunity. And the opportunity is presenting itself to you. Now, that's just one of the changes I see coming, because like I said, I see a lot of big changes coming for you in February. We have the Six of Swords representing big changes. And I feel like the career, the stability, that is just one of those changes. One of the other changes, like I said, is I feel like there is a new energy coming in towards you. Now, I feel like with this person, it's more of a chance encounter, I'm feeling. But is it? It's seemingly going to come in like a chance encounter, but I feel like there's much, much more than that. I feel like with this person, very quickly, you're going to realize that it is more than you thought it was. It's not just a chance encounter. I feel like there's more here. I feel like it's what you've been waiting for. Like I said, I feel like things are really coming around for you. Things are coming in and changing. But those changes are big changes, and they're good changes. Now, with this person, the first thing I see is I feel like, you're going to notice, the potential here. You're going to see it. Virgos, like I always say, are great at seeing potential. They see potential in pretty much anything. It's whether or not that what they sees the potential themselves. If there's potential to be found, a Virgo will find it. But with this person, there's definitely some potential, even though I feel like it is new. It is coming in quickly. But I feel like I said, there is seeing that potential. And one of the things I see with this person is I feel like when you meet this person, after you meet them, it's going to be hard to stop thinking about them. Even so much as fantasizing about them. And, trust your intuition here, because the potential that you saw, trust it. Because I feel like you're absolutely right. There is something more here than just a chance encounter. Sometimes we meet people that, I think we've all met someone that it was by chance, but they became important to us. And sometimes that's how it happens. It seems almost like a fluke, but it's not a fluke. The world is coming full circle. Everything is coming together for you right now in a big way. Now, one of the things you're also going to notice about this person is how open they are, how direct and forthcoming they are. I feel like with this person, I feel like it starts with a look. Not to sound super corny, but I feel like it's how they look at you. It's the look that they give you that tells you that this is something more. But then it's when they open their mouth, it's just truth. It's just direct energy. And I feel like the standards that you set for your partner are being met. All the checklist. If you have a checklist, this person's checking them all off. And like I said, there's a lot of big changes. But with this person, very honest, very direct, not afraid to tell you what they want. Very sure of themselves, very confident. They have their shit together. And I feel like the more you get to know this person, the more you realize you're on the same page. You're on the same trajectory. You're heading in the same direction. You both have goals. You both have dreams. And you're both living them. And now all of a sudden you're parallel with this person. Someone that has a good head on their shoulders, someone that knows what they want. And like I said, they're very direct. No bullshit. This person excels. They excel at life like you do. And what I see with this is that power couple. And I feel like that power couple together, I see a lot of happiness between the two of you. Really making each other happy, someone that shows up for you, someone that puts in the work. And like I said, it's almost like if you think about when you lose, say, you lose weight. So you go out and buy yourself a new wardrobe. It's the same thing that's happening right now with your life. Everything is changing, but it's changing in a good way. And it's kind of forcing you into a new reality of where things are going your way. Things are going to keep going your way. And now you have this person standing next to you that's heading in the same direction. Not only do I see that power couple, I see a strong friendship. I see a strong bond with this person that you're going to share. And I feel like it is going to be a lifelong bond. The person that you've been waiting for. All the things are happening at once. And that's the thing with, it's almost like a snowball effect. Once one thing happens, other things start happening around it. The butterfly effect, I guess that might be a better analogy. But like I said, once one thing starts happening for you, the sky starts clearing up, the sun comes out, we're heading into some beautiful weather, moving forward. And like I said, with this person, they're very, very honest. This is someone very quickly you're going to realize that you can trust. And I feel like that establishment of trust is only going to increase. This person is very confident, very passionate. And I feel like that's one of the things you're really going to love with this person is how passionate they are about what they do. They're going to want to share that with you. They're going to want you to share your successes with them and your stories with them. I see a strong foundation being built here between you and this person, and it's not ending anytime soon because we have the Hierophant, that strong union. And I feel like not only are they bringing all this to your life, but you're bringing so much to their life. I mean, you're both allowing each other to let go of all the bullshit in the past and move forward and enjoy the future. Sometimes we get so hung up on the past and things aren't going right. And, you have one of those days where you wake up and shit just didn't go right. And you just want to go home and crawl into bed and get it over with till the next day. Start off with something else. I'm like that too as I get up in the morning. And one of the things that I do is I go get a coffee. And if that coffee sucks, I'm like, oh man, it's the worst. I think it's one of the worst things in the world. Now, obviously it's not, I'm being super dramatic, but when you wake up and you gotta have that first coffee and it just tastes terrible. And you're just like, oh man, but you gotta look at it the right way. The way I look at it is, this coffee sucks, but I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. But it's always nice to have that first cup of coffee, and it's just delicious. It's like, the day is gonna be great. And that's just how I think. I mean, obviously other people don't think the way I think, but even if the coffee is terrible, I mean, I salvage the day. I'm not gonna let that take me down. I'm more of an optimist, I guess, but it's one of those things. It's like I said, it's like I woke up one day and my cat, I have this kitten, and he likes to knock the water out of the bowl so he can drink it off the floor. I'm not sure why he does this, but his bowls are at the top of my stairs. Like when I come out of my room, I go up the stairs. So there's some mornings I wake up and the first thing I do is I got a fresh new pair of socks on, walk up the stairs, and I step in water. And I'm just like, but you gotta twist that around. You can't let it overtake your day. Now moving forward, like I said, I see a strong connection with that Two of Cups. A strong bond you have with this person, and it's only going to get better. We have the Family card, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. It's all about getting what you want. Like I said from the beginning, you're going to get what you deserve. It's been a long time coming, but it's here. Having a partner beside you, having people finally acknowledge the work that you put in. And I know Virgos don't do it for the acknowledgement. They really don't. And one of the things I love about you, but, put the humbleness aside. You deserve this. You absolutely deserve this. You deserve all the recognition you're about to be bestowed on you. You deserve it all. And you deserve to have that partner next to you. That person to show up for you. And it continues to get better. All these changes is going on. All these things are happening. And it may seem, sometimes it seems too good to be true. Like things start happening for us. Things start going in a good direction. And sometimes we can be, don't fall into that trap where you're like, when is this gonna end? And how bad is that gonna be? I don't see it ending anytime soon. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Good things are coming to you. And as the connection goes, that also gets deeper as we go. And I feel like you really have a true partner beside you. And like I said, I mean, they're checking off all your checklist. And I feel like this person not only meets your standards, but exceeds it. And that's the thing with Virgo. Sometimes they do have high standards, and you think that nobody's ever going to match up to that. And Virgos that I know sometimes even tend to almost try to lower their standards because they think they're, Virgos are so practical that they realize that their standards may be too high. But don't let that shit enter your mind, because you deserve all of this. Now with this person, with this read, we're getting Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We are getting Aries and Leo. We got Cancer, Pisces, some Scorpio. We're really getting all signs here. We missing the Sagittarius, of course, but We have Gemini in Aquarius, so we're missing Libra, but like I said, there's a lot of good things coming for you. And this person, it may come off, it may seem like a chance encounter, but I feel like we both, you both know that there's something more than that. And as we proceed, really going to see the full potential of this. It's much deeper than it first appeared. But it's something about chance encounters. Like my best friend, he's a Gemini. And I remember growing up as a kid, he lived next to me. So it's natural. I got 4 years old. We were playing in the backyard together, and I remember before he moved in, there was this other kid that I used to play with, and I was really sad that this kid moved away. But what happened is all of a sudden he moves in, and it was just, we clicked from day one. We were best friends, and we've been best friends ever since. But it was like, that's the thing. It's a chance encounter. Like, one minute you're upset because your friend left, and then you meet someone that becomes has a permanent role in your life. Because I remember, I don't really remember it, but I remember my mom telling me that I at first I didn't even want to play with him because I was just so upset my other friend left, and I was almost like I was betraying my friend by making friends with the person that moved into his house. But like I said, it's one of those things. Sometimes we meet people that become very important to us, and I feel like we know that. I feel like when we meet that person, there's something about them that we're just drawn to, and we know that they're going to play a very important role in our life. We're not sure what or how it's all going to pan out. But that's one of the things. It's like when I moved out west, I was working at this job, and I absolutely did not like that job. And in my mind, I was thinking, I got to find another job. I can't quit, because I'm one of those people that I can't quit a job till I know I have another one for sure. But my job wouldn't allow me to take days off. Like, I was just there working, and the only days I had off was every second weekend. So obviously you can't do interviews on the weekends. But anyway, I was doing a job for that company. I was working on oil rigs. And I remember I had to go deliver something to somebody, a part for one of the oil rigs, and I had to deliver it to a different company. So I went to the other company, and I just had happened to see someone that I knew from back home, from where I'm from, which was really weird because, this is 5,000 kilometers away from where I live. And I seen this guy, and he, I hadn't seen him in years. And he really made a big impact with this company, and he moved right up. And I remember seeing him. He said, "Hey, man, what are you doing out here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just working for this company." He's like, "Oh, man, you should come work for me. I'll pay you more." And just the fact that I knew the guy, and I felt more comfortable with him. I remember being around that crew before and knew that they were kind of cool guys. And he's like, "What are they paying you?" And I said, "Oh, well, they'll pay me this much." He's like, "I'll pay you a couple dollars more an hour." He said, you come work for me if you want." And that's the thing. It's a chance encounter. The chances of me meeting someone that I already knew and not having to go through an interview. And it happened to be the day that I was thinking about moving on to a different job. So sometimes things come and happen, and I honestly feel like things are always moving. There's always moving parts in life. And I went to work for him, and one of the best bosses I ever had. He appreciated my work ethic. He all the things that I was lacking in my previous job, I was getting there. So that's the thing. Sometimes we don't feel like we're being appreciated, and sometimes we don't feel like we're ever going to be appreciated. And then all of a sudden, one moment, Like the chances of them getting them, it's really, I wish I could explain this a little bit better, but it's really rare for a company, like an oil company, to sell a part to another company. You know, usually they'll even, they'll shut you down because they don't want you working. They want to be working. They want to make the money. It just so happened that the guy I was working for owed this other guy a favor. So he shipped him over the part. And it just so happened that I was the one that he got to ship and send the part over to. Because if I never took that part over, I would never have known he was working there. I would never have got the job offer. And I would never have started working for him. So sometimes things may seem like it's a chance, but I feel like there's moving parts happening that we don't even see. And sometimes, things are happening that we didn't even know about. But I got a little off topic there. But my point of it and the relevance to the read is sometimes we think the things that we want are out of reach or aren't going to happen. And then they do. But that's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.